Hi everyone, it's Matt. Welcome to the deck tech for Esper Dancing with the Stars. So I've been tuning and working on this deck for quite a while now, and I'm really happy with where it's ended up. The key inclusion that I recently added is Starfield Mystic. If you search something like MTG Top 8 for decks containing Starfield Mystic, you will find 0 resulting decks, which means no one knows what the card does, and it's even more effective when you play it against them. So Starfield Mystic is a card from M20 that allows you to pay 1 less for every enchantment you're casting, and whenever an enchantment is put into the graveyard, you put a +1/+1 counter on it. Both of those abilities are extremely relevant in this deck, and it just really is sort of the glue that takes the synergies we have to the next level. And I'll talk a little bit about some of the starts you can have with it at the end of the video. After Starfield Mystic, we are playing a few other 2-drops. We have 2 Birth of Meletus to make sure we're hitting our land drops and also to slow down the mono red decks, and 4 Omen of the Sea for card draw and selection, and a way to consistently make our land drops. The 3 Dance of the Manse are both value cards and finishers. If you ever successfully Dance of the Manse for 6 or more, it is very hard to lose that game, but even a value Dance of the Manse for 3 or 4 can be enough to put the game totally out of reach. Banishing Light is a really cheap catch-all interactive enchantment that works really well with the rest of our deck and costs only 2 mana if you have a Starfield Mystic down. Narset and Teferi are both really good right now, so I've been impressed by the 1 main deck Narset. It shuts off so many different decks' card draw abilities. The 2 Treacherous Blessing is some really cheap card draw that you can sacrifice to Doom Foretold to mitigate the downside of it. And 4 Oath of Kaya are some of our most important early interactions, and there's actually a nice synergy where if you have one on the battlefield and play another one, the resulting sending of one to the graveyard will also pump your Starfield Mystic if you happen to have one out there. The Archon of Sun's Grace is a great way to run away with the game. We play a ton of enchantments, so if it lives for a turn after you resolve it, it's very easy to flood the board with 2/2 flying Pegasi that have lifelink. 4 Doom Foretold is the most important card in the deck. Basically, our whole game plan is getting that Doom Foretold to go off and as a way to control the opponent's battlefield. The 2 Kaya's Wrath both help against the aggressive decks and are a way to get your Doom Foretold to actually trigger much sooner. If your opponent is kind of gumming up the board with creatures, clearing them all out will allow your Doom Foretold to go off much sooner. 2 Elspeth Conquers Death are some really valuable interactive cards. You can play it for 4 if you have a Starfield Mystic down. The fact that it exiles permanently and also is a speed bump in the second chapter and allows you to buy back something from your graveyard is just a lot of value for a 5 mana enchantment. And then finally, the 1 Dream Trawler is just a nice alternative win condition if the game is going a little bit longer. In the sideboard, we have 2 Duress against control decks, 2 Devout Decree, 2 Aethergust, 2 Legion's End that will all come in against mono red. Elder Spell is really good against the Bant deck that's currently very popular. We also have 2 Dovin's Veto, 2 Mystical Disputes, 1 additional Narset, and a Cry of the Carnarium, which will also come in against these small aggressive decks. So overall, this deck is an absolute blast to play. So much synergy, and I think Starfield Mystic really has elevated it to the next level, and hopefully you check out some of the gameplay videos that follow. Thanks. Bye.